Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome to Season 2 of Vampyre Clan in ClanGen. In the last episode, the cats found themselves devoid of anything interesting, and the Bloom Princess once more led her clan members to another successful hunt. We are now picking up on the final turn of Leaffall and it is Moon 80, so let's dive in and take a look at what happens next. Would you believe that yet again, nothing interesting happened this moon? Apparently, the entirety of Leaffall has passed us, and our vampires have decided to do nothing of interest but lounge around in the ruins, which, I mean, hey, could be a mood, but I thought at least maybe some training for the young one. This is actually his final moon of being a fledgling, so that is kind of a big deal. But no, everyone's taking it very easy. Let's go over to the medicine cat den. Twilight Fade was given Daisy as treatment for being paralyzed. He wasn't even getting his medication the past couple of moons. That's how lazy everyone was. Owlfeather, Gallet, Poppy, and Burdock this moon. Let's see what's happening in relationships. Grandmaster Blue Star said something really rude to Master Quiet Flight. Oh, I wonder what that was about, because these two have had really good relations. I mean, they are mates. Ibis Freckle lets Grandmaster Blue Star grab a piece of fresh kill first. Grandmaster Blue Star is the first cat that Ibis Freckle thinks of when she gets good news. Burnleaf overheard Twilight Fade spreading a hurtful rumor. Burnleaf and Ibis Freckle come up with a catchy song together. You know what? Burnleaf being hurt about Twilight Fade spreading a rumor. I wonder if it wasn't about Burnleaf, but Twilight Fade was saying something about Ibis Freckle. And we know how Twilight Fade and Ibis Freckle are constantly together, so everyone thinks that they get along. And Burnleaf is probably thinking that Twilight Fade is being troublesome for no reason and is kind of hurt by that because he is apparently close enough to Ibis Freckle. They sing songs together. And Twilight Fade, back in the day, he used to be a troublesome cat. I feel like that has tapered out a little bit after his incident, but he was quite troublesome when he was younger, and I think Burnleaf might be holding that a little bit against him. Twilight Fade thinks Owlfeather is very polite, and this is very nice because Owlfeather is Burnleaf's daughter, and we know that in the last episode, Twilight Fade was thinking of treating Burnleaf's kids more like his own. Eaglepaw doesn't want to apologize to Twilight Fade for something. Master Quiet Flight asks Bloomerise about a certain rule of the warrior code that she forgot. Bloomerise snickered when Master Quiet Flight tripped. Owlfeather has big plans for the day, but they're thwarted by Eaglepaw doing something more important. Owlfeather always takes food to Eaglepaw. Look at that, despite Eaglepaw thwarting her good news. But that is your son, so I suppose that makes sense. Sometimes our parents get annoyed at us, but they still love us at the end of the day. You know, they would still do things for us. Sunnytail and Fornest got so into playing around that they got separated from the rest of the patrol, earning themselves an earful back at camp. A clanmate accuses Sunnytail of copying one of Eaglepaw's jokes. Sunnytail and Ibis Freckle were heard discussing kids. Okay, good. We were just talking in the last episode about these two never interacting with one another, and that's probably why we are nowhere closer to getting any kits from them, but this is progress. This is good. Grandmaster Blue Star makes a small sacrifice that benefits Ibis Freckle. Fornest likes to sit near Ibis Freckle during conversations. Burnleaf thanked Bloomerise for bringing him food, and Fornest gives Eaglepaw a big piece of fresh kill. Okay, that's kind of nice. I feel like Fornest is trying to encourage his son a little bit more, and he feels very proud of Eaglepaw. He is so close to completing his apprenticeship, so I think he would want this particular moon to be one that, you know, goes out with a bang. But okay, that is all we have for events. Okay, let's take a look at what the vampires are doing for the day. Grandmaster Blue Star is feeling gloomy. Master Quiet Flight is asking Twilight Fade an important question. Owlfeather is madly in love with Fornest. I was so worried for a second. I was like, no. Fornest is her mate, so this makes sense. But I am so happy that she's telling us that. Like, okay, Owlfeather. Sunnytail is negotiating with a kitty pet to make use of the herbs in their two-leg garden. Ibis Freckle is crushing leaves under her paws. That's actually very considerate of her, and she is helping out her sister-in-law in the medicine cat den, is how I usually interpret this, which is kind of nice. Fornest sticks his tongue out at a mouse that escaped his pounce. Bloomrise catches extra prey for Leaf Bear. I think she was doing that in the last episode as well. Eaglepaw is thinking about the time he caught a huge rabbit, probably in one of the hunts they went on. But Eaglepaw, this is your final moon as a fledgling, and then you are going to be a Mistwalker in full, which will be very exciting. Burnleaf saw some kitty pets playing with colourful moss balls. Twilight Fade taunted a dog stuck behind a two-leg fence. Twilight Fade, for someone who's paralyzed, you have a lot of confidence. Riling up a dog. Like, that is dangerous. That is dangerous. Okay, well, that is all we have for today, so let's move on to patrols. Okay, let's get our patrol started. So we currently have 127.9 prey, we need 23.5. We'll send out Alfeather, our Nightstalker, first off. Let's see what she finds. The time plants are running out of growing time. Alfeather better go harvest them before leaf fall is over. Proceed. The urgency drains out of Alfeather as she sits amongst the calming time, and it's not just the herb stores that'll feel the benefit of this gathering trip, as she has collected a satisfying amount for this type of weather alongside a pourful of goldenrod stems. Thyme and goldenrod were gathered, which is really good. And now we have the final patrol for our youngster. So we have Ibis Freckle, Eaglepaw, Master Quiet Flight, Grandmaster Blue Star, Bloomrise, and Fornest. I love the fact that Bloomrise has been stepping up as the Bloom Princess, but I would like to see maybe some of the other vampires in the clan doing something when we go out on these patrols. Let's have a look. Bloomrise spies a fat rabbit on the other side of the Gosma clan border. Gosma clan, who is a vampire hunter clan. A tempting opportunity to be sure, but it may not be wise to hunt on their allies' territory. Well, of course we're going to proceed. Ibis Freckle pounces with no hesitation. She easily kills the rabbit before glancing up and coming face to face with a Gosma clan cat. Ibis Freckle is promptly chased back over the border. The other cat glares, hissing and spitting until the patrol leaves the area. Relations with the Gosma clan have worsened. A very small amount of prey is brought to camp. Okay, well that was quite eventful. I was gonna say, I was saying that I wanted someone else to step up. Well, Ibis Freckle decided to cause some trouble. But you know what? Bloomrise was the one who saw the rabbit, so she still stepped up, but I kind of love how Ibis Freckle, she got in over her head a little bit. Okay, well hopefully the clan leader is going to be able to patch that up real soon. But that is all we managed to get done today, which, you know what, I think was pretty decent. It changed up our routine a little bit with what has been happening in patrols. But we now have 139.9 prey, and that is all for today. But okay guys, with that said and done, I am going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.